Mic
I think
check.
you were
1 2
dead.
1 2.
What? I don't fucking know anymore.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
What?
Yep, you're good. You sound good. Yo, what it do, GG Nation, GG Legion. It's your fella again, Strauss Man, the GG. And as you can see on the screen, we are going to do a spoiler cast on the Joker. I got my buddy Steve with me. You know Angry Spice, one of the Spice Bros is with me. How you doing, Steven?
Alright, and you?
Doing great, brother. I'm excited to talk about this, man. We will Friday. We're trying to set the date. It's either gonna be Friday or Saturday. We're gonna do a Borderlands 3 spoiler cast. I do appreciate all of you. Seriously, all the love and support on the YouTubes here. It's been really awesome. It would mean much more to me if you guys click down below, go to my Twitch, and hit that follow button. We're so close to a sub button. Steve also streams. I'm gonna link his stuff down below as well. Make sure you show him some love. We're doing really well here on the YouTube, and I appreciate Steve joining me today. There's a couple non-spoiler things I want to talk to, and then we're gonna get right into it. It shouldn't be a super long spoiler cast, but I just want to talk about this movie. Let's start with just the basics of the film. What was your overall thoughts without going into spoilers yet, Steve? What was your overall thoughts of the film? Like, what was your expectations versus reality? Like, well, did it meet what you thought overall? Like, what'd you think of it?
Honestly, I loved it. Because this was the first time they actually tried to do a Vane movie, right?
Yeah,
Which I'm pretty sure.
This is one of their Elseworld stories. It's kind of their new line of movies. But if you really think about it, it's an old kind of way of doing movies. All the superhero movies before the MCU, they were all separate anyway. They were never connected. But DC's kind of going that route. They're doing one-shots, one-offs, one great movie. They get a high-profile actor. That's what they want to try to do. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see if the MCU kind of does that. I don't think they will. They really like their universe expanding. But welcome, everybody. I hope you guys are doing great. I was really impressed by this movie as well. I thought it was pretty damn fantastic. I don't want to call it a masterpiece, though. I know a lot of people, basically on my Facebook, 95% of my friends love this, and there's only about that small 5% that really didn't love this movie. But overall, I thought it was pretty damn good. It's not as violent as I thought it was going to be. It's a rated R movie, but honestly, it's really not that violent. A lot of the complaints of this movie, the critic-wise, was, oh my god, it's a very violent, dramatic movie. It's going to start all this propaganda shit. And honestly, it does not. What's up, Shannon? It does not do any of that shit to me. The critics are very wrong. It has like a 50 Metacritic, which is really interesting.
Well, that's the thing too, because that 50% from Metacritic, I'm pretty sure they're not really fans of Batman. Or Joker for that matter.
Well, yeah, it's just critics, and critics, they don't normally like violent movies to begin with, but I thought, I thought it was really well done, like, not just performance-wise. Again, in the violence, I would say it's kind of, I don't want to say it's tame, because there is one probably horrific scene, but honestly, it's not really that, did you find it too violent? I didn't think it was violent that much.
Nope, I didn't find it that much. I mean, there was a few fucked up parts, but
yeah, which we'll talk about in a second. The last non-spoiler thing I want to talk about, so you guys can get out of here if you guys haven't watched Joker, highly encourage you, go out, go watch this movie. Is this a must-watch for you? I got a seal of approval. Go see it, judge it for yourself, go check out Joker. Is it a must-watch for you, though, Steve? Should people go see it?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, they should, and don't listen to the critics, because some of them are stupid anyway.
Yeah, you should always be your own judge, but don't be... I'm not those one of the types that always, look at Metacritic and just say, be a judge for yourself. Don't judge it by everybody's review. Not even our Spoilercast, our review on it, really. Be the judge for yourself, but I would encourage you to go see it, because it's not like any superhero movie you've ever seen before. This is a very realistic take, more than ever. There's really no supernatural occurrences or anything like that. It's a very real take, and it comes from a very real source, and that's your human mind and the damage that the human mind can have. And it's really, really well done. So we're going right into heavy duty spoilers right now, guys. So if you have not seen it, we're gonna give you a break. This will be a video. Come back, go watch the movie, and then you can finish watching the spoiler cast. Let's dive right in. And what I want to talk about first is Joaquin Phoenix's performance. What did you think of it, Steve?
Dude, he's a crazy motherfucker, for one.
He is. He gets really into character. It's insane. Go ahead.
Well, not only that, but you pretty much have to be crazy to pull off a performance like this. Because he did a good performance when it came to Walk the Line.
Yeah.
But after that, he kind of went a little cuckoo and disappeared for quite a while. Because he did a good performance when it came to...
Yeah, he kind of does that, though. He kind of disappears and does his own thing.
Like, tried to start a band by himself. I remember that shit.
Well, that was like a character, like, he was going to... Like, he really gets... Him and Christian Bale, they really go the extra mile for character performance. Like, they'll gain a bunch of weight, lose a bunch of weight, grow a weird facial hair. They go really great. And he looked really hungry. Like, he was really skinny in this movie. Like, almost feels like sickly, you know, a little bit. Like, but I was really blown away. And it's not the misconception. I think a lot of people might not like this movie because he's not Joker for long. Really, it's about him turning into the Joker, him developing.
Basically, this is pretty much a transition into madness. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to say it. Like, he's going into, like you said, the madness is happening. Like a lot of people think they really have it bad, but no, Arthur, aka the Joker, in this story had it really bad. He had a really fucked up experience in life. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's not good. It's really... I would say the big main theme of this is pain. Like, the pain he goes through. You see it everywhere. Like, from his laughing condition to everything. Like, he's trying to stop, but the pain. And I kind of like how they did... this is not Joker falling in a vault of chemicals and becoming the Joker, and then his mind goes crazy and shit. This is a realistic take of, like, serious brain damage and mental disorders.
Mental issues.
Mental issues, yeah, like you said. Like, it can make you unnerving, but I really enjoyed it, and his laugh was... I want to say it was funny for me at first, but then when you really find out what's going on and how he can't stop it, and it's a condition because he's had brain damage a lot of his life, it's like, fuck, like, I shouldn't really be laughing at that, but the way he laughs, you see the pain, like the expression and the emotion from Joaquin in this movie. I mean, it's really well fucking done. Like, it's just the best... I don't know if it's the best Joker ever, but it's really well done. It's a very unique Joker, I would say. Is this your favorite Joker out of everybody?
How many Jokers has it been? Let's say there's been the Jack Nicholson, there's been the one from the 1960s. Honestly, I would say this would be the best Joker for me.
Yeah.
I mean, no one can really beat Heath Ledger's Joker. That's kind of obvious, but compared to the two, these two are the best Jokers.
So that's your favorite, though, is Heath Ledger Joker, then?
I would have to say just for that one because of Batman.
Yeah.
But for the origin story, it's pretty good. His performance was really good as a Joker. Because you can literally do this different ways.
Steve and I just gave, a big high praise to Joaquin. Is it Oscar worthy, though? Is this an Oscar worthy performance? Because I feel like it is. I feel like he should get some recognition for it, but he probably won't because it's a superhero, quote movie.
Well, let me stop you there.
Yeah.
because no superhero movie has won an award except Gas Steel, and that was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Or did you forget about that?
Yeah, one. Actually, the year before that, Suicide Squad won Best Makeup.
Yeah, that was only for best makeup.
Yeah, but it's
Knowing
still
that
an
movie was
award.
kinda
It's still a
shitty.
Academy Award they won, like best creative, which a lot of people kind of laughed at. But the Croc, that took a lot of time to put that together. But do you
like I
feel
was
like this
saying,
is Oscar worthy, man?
Oscar worthy?
His
Well, is it
performance,
Oscar
him
worthy
himself.
or Golden Globe worthy? That's the question.
Yeah, like what do you think? Do you think he deserves an award for his performance? I'm not saying the whole movie
Hell
in
yeah.
general. I don't think the movie will get nominated itself because of just how critics feel about it and how superhero movies don't deserve awards. I'm not in that meta. I think that needs to change with the old Hollywood crowd. All those old people, I don't want to mean it in a disrespectful way, but they got to kind of move forward a little bit, open their eyes a little bit, and realize not everything has to be. And this movie's very artsy, I would say, like artsy fartsy. Like there's a lot of cinematic angles, a lot of close-ups, a lot of unique shots in this movie.
Mm-hmm. But getting back to the point, does he deserve an Oscar for this? Yes. Would the movie get one? I don't know, but it probably won't.
Okay,
Because of the critics.
so you're definitely in my camp. I think he deserves something, maybe a Golden Globe. I mean, it's really well done, and like I said, him and Christian Bale, they are insane how they go extra mile on their performance. Like like Christian Bale with Dick Cheney and some of the other movies, like The Fighter, where he like lost like a shit ton of weight. Like he was sickly looking. Like and it's the same thing with Joaquin Phoenix. He gets really into character. And he really does a great job, and I'm kind of glad he. I watched a couple of interviews, and he said he had a good time doing it. He was happy, or you hear some people go into a dark place. They got to go to the sickly place to be Joker, and he really didn't. He said he had a lot of fun just playing the character, and he lives for that type of stuff. So that was good to hear. So we don't have to worry about him going.
You forgot. You forgot the other award Christian Bale did do for American Psycho, because he actually had to recycle for that one.
Yeah, he did phenomenal. Like that's a great point too. That was a great movie, and a great performance by him as well. Is this the most serious? I think we already said this, but this is probably definitely the most serious superhero movie made, right? You would think, right?
Yeah, it actually is. Because I never thought it would get that fucking serious. Kind of depressing at the same time.
You're absolutely right. A lot of the scenes in this movie, like the portrayal and a lot of the twists in this movie is really interesting. Again, spoilers. We're in spoiler mode. Especially when he Arthur. Like I said, a lot of people think they really have it bad, but Arthur really has it bad. He gets the opening of the movie. He gets the kids beat the shit out of him, steal his sign for no reason.
Assholes.
Yeah, he has this mental. You find out he has this mental condition, and he has serious, brain damage. We'll talk about that in a second. His mother. I like what they tried to do with this. His mother believes she has a relationship. Had a sexual relationship with Thomas Wayne. So the movie plays it up that Thomas Wayne might be his father. So him and Batman might be brothers. Him and Bruce might be brothers. But you end up finding out that's not true. She had a serious mental illness as well. And you find out what really happened and why Joker really, Arthur got this mental illness is that he was essentially abused as a child. His mom just stood and watched him get his ass kicked, his head smashed in. And when you're that young and you're having your head smashed in, it could really lead to brain damage, but it's really interesting. It's a really, like Steve said, kind of depressing. It's really definitely a super serious angle. What'd you think of that? Did you believe in the twist of Thomas Wayne being his father, or did you no, this is some bullshit?
That would have been kind of fucked up because this is an Elseworld story, so technically anything could fucking go.
Exactly, anything can happen, right? And
yeah, because it's Elseworld, but at the same time, to answer that question, I was kind of, I don't know. It seemed kind of cringy if she got with the father and then literally tried to quiet him out. And then you find out, it, that's the thing. It's kind of mixed up now because he hears one story from her, but yet he hears a different story, and he doesn't. Can we talk about that part right now or no?
Yeah, you see him going to bad, like, all his life he just really wanted acceptance from somebody, like a dad, somebody. So for that small moment, you see some hope for him that he wants to, meet Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne's like, dude, I'm not your dad. Like, stay the fuck away from my kid. Like, he punched punched him right in the face and shit. He said your mom's crazy and look. Like, he didn't want to believe that. He wanted to hold on. And another thing about his mental illness, he wanted to keep taking medication for it, but the city cut him off. Remember, the city closed everything. They talk about Gotham going into a really bad recession, and it shows. And he still really wanted to do the right thing and take his medication. He didn't really want to stop taking it, but he ends up stop taking it. I don't want to oversimplify this movie and just say it's the society made him the way it is. No, there's a lot more to that. There's a lot more layers to the cake. And sometimes how you prepare that cake, it could be really good or really shitty. In this case, it's really well done. The surprises and the twists, I think, were really well done. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, basically, you gotta see it from the way it is. Number one, stop trying to fuck with people who have mental issues. That should be number one.
Yeah.
And the city was kind of fucked up because I don't know what it was. I guess from watching it looked like the city was going into some type of depression.
It was Gotham City. This is probably like in the 1970s, I think. In this movie, 1970s, like, yeah, it's different. And he's much, much older than Bruce Wayne. Like, Bruce Wayne's still a little kid in this movie, and it's a nice nod. It kind of builds the world. Because to be honest with you, I was not expecting to hear or see Bruce at all. I was shocked when they kept bringing up Thomas Wayne. I'm like, okay, maybe we'll see something. And then he goes visit his house, and that was really uncomfortable. Kind of makes Bruce smile on purpose, Well, I think he just wanted a moment of happiness. I think he just really wanted to be accepted. And once he actually finally talks to Thomas, and Thomas is like, nah, man, you're fucking crazy. Your mom's crazy. And he punches him. And he gets a bad rap because these kids bullied the shit out of him in the subway, and he ends up murdering them. His buddy ends up giving him a gun, and some shit goes down, like some bad, like awful shit. Let's talk about some of our favorite scenes of the movie. I'm gonna let you go first. What was some of your favorite parts of this movie?
Well, I'm not gonna try and go to the end. Not yet, anyway.
We'll talk about the end. We will, guys. Like, again, we're in spoiler mode. We spoiled a lot of shit for you guys already. Just warning you, if you haven't seen the movie, come back. Go ahead.
My favorite moment? Shit. I'll save the ending for you, though. My favorite moment I did see is when he finally transitioned into the Joker. When his supposed friends, came to visit him.
Woo! That is the scene I think is the most horrific. Like, it's the most bloody and gruesome. Everything else is pretty tame, in my opinion.
I mean, we gotta talk about this part because you kind of missed it. So, basically, Arthur was working for, like, some type of people, right? That make them dress as clowns.
Ironically, Arthur is actually a clown. Like, he is a business, like, he's trying to be a comedian, but on the side, he works as a clown with other clowns for, like, children's hospitals and stuff like that. He loves to perform, and he ends up wanting to be a comedian. So they kind of, if you guys don't remember, and I have the comic book, but I don't have it on me right now. But The Killing Joke, that gives a lot of backstory on Joker, where he gets involved in loan sharks, and he's a comedian, and he's not really making that much money, and then he falls in the acid, and that's when he kind of becomes the Joker. But in this case, he actually is a clown, and he ends up working, and his buddy, like Steve's alluding to, his buddy ends up giving him a
A gun.
A gun. And this is honestly probably one of my favorite scenes was that children's hospital where he's doing his performance and the gun pops out and he's like, oh shit! And he grabs the gun and he puts it away and he has a finger up like, shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell. And he ends up getting fired for that, you know?
Yeah, because remember the scene that he was trying to explain about the gun? He's like, oh, he gave it to me. It's like, oh, bullshit. He said you took it from him and then paying back 8 or something like that.
Yeah, his buddy ratted him out. Yeah, his buddy ratted him out and said, no, he took that gun from me. In reality, his buddy did give him the gun to protect himself. And he, in this movie, it deals with a lot of, like, it almost seems like he was going to kill himself in certain moments. But that scene in particular is really interesting. I want to go back to the sign scene as well because he goes, the manager calls him to talk to him. And it's like, dude, you need to go get my sign back. You know, you need to get that dude's sign back or I'm going to take it out of your money. And he fucking gets super pissed off about it. And, you know, they call you weird and shit.
But he was also saying that, come on, man, just give him back his sign. You know he's going out of business.
The kids, destroyed the sign and beat the shit out of him. And he goes, why the hell would I steal a sign? I don't need the sign. You know?
Exactly.
So that really hit him hard. Like, he really has it rough. And then there's, like, you know, a potential... We'll talk about the potential love interest in a moment. One of my other favorite scenes probably is when he finally becomes the Joker and he starts doing his little dance. He's going to the subway. He's been avoiding the cops the whole time, but he's doing his little dance and shit. And the cop, like, he's in his mode. He's just shaking it. He's doing his dance. And the cops are like, hey, Arthur, we need to talk to you. And he's like, oh, shit. And he just starts running. like he starts just hauling ass. He gets hit by a car. That's a really funny moment. I love that scene where he's just in his moment. He's just shaking. He's just dancing. He's just in his moment as Joker. And the cops are like, hey, we got to talk to you. And he's like, oh, shit. He just starts running. It was super funny. Really well done.
So yeah, getting back to the point I was getting to, because I didn't finish that part yet.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
The part when they actually... That's why I had to backtrack, because you didn't explain the entire story from the back way.
Well, we don't have to. We don't have... It's just a spoil. We don't need to go scene by scene. We just need to... I just want to hear what some of your favorite parts of the movie. But go ahead.
It was about when his friends did visit him, and then he got pissed at the big one. He literally stabbed him in the fucking neck, and then went for the eye and kept stabbing.
Yeah, and kept beating his head against...
That poor young guy was screaming.
That was the most horrific scene in the movie. That's probably the reason why it really got an R rating. I mean, there is some shooting in it, but it's not that gruesome. I've seen so much worse in so many other forms of entertainment that I've watched. Either played, like a la Last of Us right here. That has way more gruesomeness than this movie. But that was the most horrific part, and I was like, oh shit. When that happened, I thought he really was going to go like south. He was just going to go on this murder spree. But he really doesn't. He really doesn't at all. And I didn't think he was going to kill the small person. I don't want to say the M word, but the small person. Did you think he was going to kill that small dude?
No, because this is the funniest part too. Because he let him go because he was always nice to him. And then he tries to tell him to get out before he did something, and he couldn't even reach the door.
Yeah, he locked the door. He's like, sorry, bro. Sorry, dude, I'll let you out. And he's like, just get out of here. But did you really think he wasn't going to kill him? Because some people, my dad thought he was going to kill him. I didn't think he was going to kill him. You know, because they just wanted to help him out. Because the cops kept, starting to harass him a little bit. And some of my other favorite scenes in this movie were in his mind. What he dreamt up and hoped of. And it was, his relationship with this girl down the street. Not down the street. Down the hallway. Down the hallway. And played by Zazie Beetz. She did a great job. And I'm like, okay, he got, his mom goes into critical care and everything. But he dreamt all these things up that he did with Zazie. Going to the comedy show, talking to her on the subway, following her around. Having a relationship with her and her daughter. But it was all fake. It was all in his head. Another scene that I really liked was when he stole his mom's profile from Gotham,
that
from
one.
Arkham. Or not, I guess it's not Arkham Asylum yet, but the Arkham Medical Ward or whatever.
Yeah,
And he's reading
basically,
off. He finds
Arkham,
that's when he
yeah.
finds out the brain damage that she had, like how his brain damage happened and how everything goes. That's a lot of big reveals. But I like when he put himself in that room and saw the younger version of his mom explaining, "Oh no, I love Thomas Wayne. We had a relationship." And the doctor's like, "No, you never did. You just worked there for a little bit." You know, and you saw the pain and all the hurt in his face. I loved those scenes in particular and the trouble of mental illness. And I think we've all been there before where you dream of something, like you want something to really happen. You think it's going to happen, but it doesn't, and you never pull the trigger. And that's the case with him. He never really, he wanted to take those steps with that girl, but he never did. He never pursued anything with her.
Oh, another part that was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
This is kind of a weird one too, because after Arthur had the gun and his mother went to bed, he was just kind of dancing by himself.
Yeah,
With
he
the
was.
gun.
That's when he first gets the gun and he starts dancing and he accidentally shoots the wall. That was super funny. His mom's like, "What the hell was that?" He's like, "Oh, I'm watching an old war movie. The volume's up." And she's like, "Turn the volume down."
That one was kind of fucked up, but kind of funny.
It
at the
was
same
really
time.
fucked up. It was kind of funny because I don't think he realized how dangerous the gun was.
But at the same time, I thought the gun was unloaded, to be honest.
I
I
kind
think
of
he
thought
had
so
it.
too, but man, he had a lot of ammo. He had a lot of ammo. Was there any other
Another part,
favorite scenes you want to talk about?
the pilot train. Not the one at the end, the one when he was, had to use his gun for the first time.
Yeah, where these Gotham students were like getting a little rapey is like the nicest way to put it. They were trying to make some moves on this girl. She's like, "Yeah, whatever." Ends up leaving. He keeps laughing, but it's his condition, and he's trying to pull out his medical card to show him that I have a condition. This is why I'm laughing. And he's trying to stop, and you see the pain in his face, and they just beat the shit out of him. And I love that scene in particular where you see like a shadow go by or whatever. I don't know if it was a train, like another train passing by. You see the shadow, it goes dark a little bit, and then you hear the fire and the firing of the gun, and it just boom. And you just see that. I like that. And then he ends up stalking that last dude and killing him. And he gets really that's when the killer clown drama starts going on and shit like that. But
And then there was, after that, there was a part when he ran into the bathroom.
yeah,
It's like, okay, you see him run into the bathroom, so you would assume automatically he was going to take off the makeup and hide the gun, right? No. You actually saw something different. You
yeah, that's
actually
when he
see
starts
him
kind of
becoming-
getting in his zone again and dancing and doing his waltz and his transformation kind of taking place. Well, before we get to the ending and the last couple scenes I probably want to talk about, was there anything you didn't like about this movie?
Honestly, no. That's shocking to me because I thought I would see like one thing that I would not like. Nope, I actually liked all of it.
I thought the
Yeah.
movie was really well done, but the reason why I don't call it a masterpiece is because I'm not in love with the ending of the movie. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's awful. I thought there was one particular scene where the movie was just going to end, where he's the Joker,
Oh, yeah,
but
I know what you're talking about. We'll talk about that in a minute.
But again, I don't think it was a terrible ending. I thought it was well done, well put. I just not super in love with it. I mean, that's my only probably because it's really pretty much everybody is from bottom down really, or top from bottom really acted their ass off in this movie, and the cinematography is really well done. The shots in this movie are well done. I like the overall tone of the movie of this man going into
Madness.
his dealing with his illness. It's a really unique take on it. Like again, like I said earlier, he's not Joker for long. He's like I think a lot of people are coming into this movie thinking he's gonna be Joker, or he's gonna turn in wreck a lot of shit. In reality, he doesn't really do much. To be honest, he kind of he kind of gets people to rally with him, but he doesn't really go on this vicious murder spree like I thought it might have happened or stuff like that. He, Joaquin did such a great job with it, and I like it. It's a unique take on the Joker, and it's well done, and I think it's well directed. I've seen a lot of people say they don't like Todd Phillips as the director of this movie, but I thought he did pretty damn good. I had a lot of fun. This movie's 2 hours long, but it didn't feel like it. Like, I was like, oh shit, it's over.
Mm-hmm. And I think that would be awesome is when you finally release the director's cut. Because there will be more footage. And like he explained too, the best part of the movie was cut out. So who knows? That could not have been the real ending. The real ending could be in the Blu-ray version, to be honest.
You could be right. I'm interested to see what they did cut out because it was really well put together. I didn't feel like any scene was out of place or anything. Even the ending scene, even though I say it's like my small gripe with it, I don't hate the ending scene at all with him in the hospital and you won't understand the joke. I think that's a brilliant line. I think that's awesome.
Are we actually getting to the ending now?
I want to talk about one more scene is where this is the only time where the movie's not kind of real to me because this whole experience is a very realistic take. Like, you can do all the shit that he did. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's not realistic is when he finally gets on the Murray show, Robert De Niro's character, he has a couple fantasies of being, like Robert's character being like, oh, like, you're like a son to me. Like, he really wanted that. He really wanted that feeling. But, Robert De Niro's character actually makes fun of him. It's like, oh, the joke's on you, and this guy's a joker. What a joker. And he didn't like that. So when he meets Murray, he's in his Joker makeup and everything, and he's just like, hey, like, you can call me the Joker since you called me that last time. And he's like, did I really call you that? Whatever, kid, you're cool. Let's go. And then when he finally gets there, this is where it's not real, is when he gets there and he says he murders those kids, they would have cut the cameras off immediately. He would have been thrown out of the building, everything. I know it's like the 1970s, but he wouldn't be able to keep rambling on like that and shoot, Murray in the fucking head like that. Like, they would have his ass down, right? That's the only time it's not realistic, but I understand it. It's a movie. You gotta have, him, and that's where he kind of explains why he became the Joker, why everyone walked all over him and shit like that. Like, and then he kills Murray and shit like that, and then it kind of goes crazy. But in my personal opinion,
after he shot him.
What happened?
The part after he shot him, he was actually dancing in front of the camera.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't be filming that shit. That shit would be all cut off a long time ago. All that's the only non-realistic part of the movie, but I don't hate it. I think it's really well done. I think it's a really well done movie. That's the final scene I want to talk about because I really did enjoy that scene when he finally gets to meet Murray. I'm like, oh, some shit's gonna go down, and it did, but nothing like super like holy shit. Like, again, this movie's not as violent as I thought it was gonna. I thought they were gonna get really like Joaquin fought really hard for this to be an R-rated movie, and
that's good though.
And no, I'm proud of that. I'm awesome. But I feel like it still could have really been a PG-13 movie besides that scene you just said a few minutes ago where he stabs his buddy in the eye and shit. Like, that's the only horrific scene in the movie, in my personal opinion.
Well, honestly, it would have been more funny if it was a pencil. Just saying.
Like, but then, people will be like, oh, they did that in The Dark Knight. That's the reason why they didn't do that. But I really like what they did. I really like what they did in this universe. So let's get to the ending and let's talk about the ending. Yes. I know you want to take it. You want to take it here, so I'll let you have it here. Well, go ahead and explain.
So, before we get to that part, there was one little detail.
Okay, go ahead.
So, after we saw him doing what he did to Murray, he ended up in a police car.
Yes.
Everyone on a fucking riot, covered in makeup and clown mask. The thing I kind of felt kind of strange about is when he was in that car, is when the car had a car accident.
Yeah.
So, this is getting to the end. So, you see them grabbing him out of the car and then put him on top of it, and then when he woke up, everyone was cheering for him.
Yeah, I thought it was
But
going to
then,
end right there. Like, legit.
yeah, I kind of did too. But then, a few seconds later, you actually see him in a mental ward in handcuffs.
There's one
Napping.
scene before
And
that, too.
Oh, you mean the part of how do you put,
They redid
what was
Batman's death scene. Or, not but Batman's
Yeah.
parents dying again. We've seen that 100 times in movies, but I think it's really well done in this one.
Yeah. Do you remember what that movie sign said up there, though? Because I swear I almost remember it.
I don't remember exactly. I thought it was something like...
I think it said the agent of gay solo.
That's what I thought it said, too. Something
Yeah.
like something with gay in it.
Yeah, it literally did say that, or something close.
Yeah.
But then you see this clown that shows up to his parents. It's like, Thomas Wayne, you get what you deserve, and he just shoots him.
Yep.
He shoots them, and he uses Bruce like. So basically, that's how he becomes Batman. And
Yeah,
he
basically Joker in this Elseworld story, Joker created Batman, in a way.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Getting back
continue.
to my main point. So, you see everyone cheering for him when he wakes up. But, anyway, a few seconds later, you see him in the mental ward, just yapping, and not even a Joker yap. Like, his legit, almost normal yap.
Yeah, you're right. It was.
And then we see the bitch who told him that they were going out of business. She's like, what's so funny? He literally said, you would not get the joke.
Yeah. And it ends
But
right there.
yet-
Well, he kills her. We don't see it, but he obviously killed her.
Okay, that was the thing I was kind of having a little problem with because she went out of business. So how the fuck was she right there?
No, there's a different one. That was the Arkham Ward. Because he didn't get arrested and
No,
thrown
I
in
meant the
jail. He
same
got
person.
thrown in the mental hospital.
But it was kind of weird though. It's like
It
okay,
wasn't the
he's
same
free.
person that was held. That wasn't the social worker that was held. It was a different lady. And also, that's another thing that was kind of non-realistic too, is that she would never be alone with him. They would have people backing him up, or backing her up. You know, they wouldn't let.
Supposedly, anyway.
But again, it's a movie, and like you see blood on, him blood on his shoes while he's walking around, and he runs around, and it just ends. It says like Finn, essentially. Well, it says the end or whatever. But I thought it was well done. There's no post-credit scenes, so do not wait for it. But you said you had a theory. You were talking about it yesterday on our stream.
Yes, I was. And Todd Phillips kind of almost confirmed it yesterday.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. So, basically, like I was telling my friend Jake, what would have happened if this entire movie and everything else was just in his mind? Because you saw him on the Murray Show the first time, and that was an illusion. But
Yeah, his
when he had
relationship with the
girlfriend,
girl,
and
too,
then-
yep.
Yep. So, get the point. It said you would not get the joke. So, my theory, it was kind of correct, but also not. This entire thing was in his head.
That's really
Because-
interesting way to think about it. I could see why you would say that. I took it because the ending, in my opinion, the ending's up for interpretation. It's for what you want to think. Like, did he just tell this whole story to that girl, or
Yep.
did this whole thing just happen? Like Steve said, in his head. When I took it as when he said you wouldn't get the joke, I took it as that he killed Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne. Not him personally,
at the
but
same
his
time.
followers did. He got his revenge. That's kind of how I took it. Like, you wouldn't get the joke. Now, it's ironic that I was in this, in this position. Now Batman, Bruce, is in this position.
Yep.
Because
But at the same time, that
he had
kinda
no
makes
qualms
little
killing
sense,
his
though.
mom. Like, he just, once he finds out that everything she put him through, he kills her instantly. Like, it's no problem. And I knew it was going to happen. As soon as he was talking to her and smoking, I was like, yeah, she gone.
But it's kind of weird though because.
But
he
that's an
mentioned it,
interesting
like-
angle, man. But go ahead, continue.
Well, he kind of confirmed that a little bit, but there was another theory going on
Yeah.
that he's not the real Joker.
Oh, okay.
because the theory that was going on, he's told this story so many times that the real Joker, Batman's enemy, could have stolen his story and told it to other people. Because Joker does tell the story, but multiple different ways though.
That's kind of like what Heath Ledger's Joker did. Remember? How did I get these scars? Yep. And he kept changing his story how he fucking got like, and you're right, Joker as a character kind of does that. He kind of changes his story. He remembers things differently because of his mental condition. With this one, he wasn't born with one. He was just abused enough where he had brain trauma. That's what caused his illness. Because of his mother and / stepfather. That we never get to see. He's never around or anything like that. It's a nice big reveal. I liked it because you're on this ride of thinking, oh shit, he just kind of had this. He was kind of born with it. No, this kind of happens to him, and like I said, he gets a really bad end of the stick. A lot of things don't go right. You know, his Gotham City cuts the social worker's funding, so he can't get his medication anymore. He never wanted to be off it. He still wanted to continue taking it. He really wanted to help his mother, but he finds out all this bullshit that's going on. Like, it gets really crazy. Like, his world really does come falling down, and it goes for the worst. But he's still composed enough as the Joker that, you know, it's well done. Like I said, it's a very different portrayal than most. You know, like Heath Ledger's Joker, I would say he's been Joker for a long time in that universe. Where this, you see, most of the movie, it's him, Arthur, dealing with all his problems in his own way. Then he finally, towards the end, he becomes the Joker. Like, but I do, your take is interesting, though. I didn't think about it like that, but now going back and thinking about the ending, I did see an interview with Todd where he said he's going to keep the secret buried forever, for like a couple years anyway, for several. He just wants people to have their own interpretation of the movie. My question is to you, because I saw another interview that Joaquin was open to doing another one. This is not how these are intended to be. They're supposed to be one shot. They're not supposed to be multiple movies. Do you want to see a Joker 2?
Honestly, I would, to be honest. If he doesn't win a fucking Oscar, I want to see a sequel.
Okay.
If he wins one, then he doesn't need to do another one.
Yeah, you love this character so much you just want to see more of him?
Pretty much. Or, at least, like I explained before...
Or did you want to see Batman versus Joker? Is that what you really want to see?
No, honestly, I want to see more Elseworld movies. I want to see the story of, instead of those two dying, his parents, just Batman literally dying himself.
Well, I think they are. It's been rumored for a long time that they are doing Flash Point Paradox or whatever. The Flash movie where he goes back in time and he finds Batman, but it's Thomas Wayne, and then Martha Wayne is actually Joker in that universe. It's really interesting. Really interesting take on the story. For me...
But I just want the standalone. I'm not going to do it Flash or anything.
Yeah, okay, I got you. I think they're going to do it, though. I think they're giving Flash his own movie. Obviously so. I mean, they're trying to build their DCU up. Where, like Steve said, this is its own thing. It's its Elseworld story. It's a one-shot. I honestly, if he is willing to do it, I might accept it. And obviously, I wouldn't stop me from going to see it. Personally, though, I think you just leave it alone, man. I think this is really a well-done movie. You don't need to have any more sequels. You don't need to beat the dead horse over the bat. It's a really unique take on Joker. It's a very realistic, gritty take of a superhero movie. Not overly violent. It has some violence. I mean, so stay tuned for that. I know, for me, as you guys know, I kind of like, very violent anime and violent movies in general, horror movies, horror games, and RE2 remake is my game of the year this year. I love the gore, I love the violence, so what might be tame for me might be really horrific for you guys, but in my personal opinion is really not a very violent movie. The only really horrific scene is when he stabs his buddy in the eye like several times, and you see it. You see it legit.
Damn right.
But like the shooting the kids and then shooting Robert De Niro, like it's not like I don't know. You see that, I would say Scarface had more gore than this.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, like,
Good
but
movie though.
it's really a terrific movie. Go see it, guys. Was there anything else you want to talk about? Any other theories or anything about this? Because the next DCU movie I think we're getting is Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn's movie. Which, let's just be honest, it's not a Birds of Prey movie. It's really just a Harley Quinn movie.
Honestly, that should really be just a Birds of Prey, but since they're cramming Harley Quinn in it, it might not do so great.
Originally, it was just called Birds of Prey, but now they put Emancipation of Harley Quinn into the subtitle, which I don't like. Obviously, Margot Robbie's the biggest star on there. I like her as, Harley. I think she's really beautiful, really talented. She has the voice down. But I don't think that movie's going to be very good. It's going to be rated R, which is nice. They're kind of doing rated R movies. But I don't know. DCU is in this weird place. Like, I really enjoyed Aquaman. I thought it was well done. You were right about Shazam. I thought Shazam was going to be a stinker. It was actually really well done. Really enjoyed the movie. I don't think it was super amazing. I think the best movie they did, and the shining gem they have still, is Wonder Woman. That was the best movie they ever did.
I think Joker replaced it, but anyway.
Well, I'm talking about their DCU. This line.
Okay.
But you're right. Joker probably takes the cake on it. But I don't know. Like, is this the best movie you've seen all year? Because you and me have seen a shit ton of movies this year, Steve. Out of all the Marvel movies, out of everything, Avengers, what was it? Godzilla, what was your favorite movie this year?
That too. I'm just going to wait until the end of the year because Zombieland 2 is about to come out.
Yeah, but right now, I'm putting pressure on you right now, you bastard. What is your movie right now? What was the favorite one of all the movies you saw? I'll go first while you think, because I'm not afraid to say it, because I love it.
I did say Joker, motherfucker.
Is Joker? For me, it's Spider-Man, Far From Home. Spider-Man is my favorite character. I absolutely love the movie. I'm glad they worked that shit out. He's still going to stay in the MCU. But that was my favorite movie this year. Absolutely loved it. Again, I don't want to call Joker a masterpiece, but it's really well done. It's a fan-fucking-tastic movie. It's really well acted, well scripted, the visual appeal of it. Maybe I'm just sick in the head because I wanted a little bit more violence, a little bit more time of him as the Joker. But I can't really bitch about it because it was really well done. Really well done.
And if this is the way they're going to do an Elseworld story, I would love to see more of these. Not the Joker, but just expand it.
You're right. They're going to, for sure. They made so. This is the highest grossing box office weekend.
And it beat Venom.
Venom was the highest last year. This year, Joker beat it in the first week. Which they're doing. Venom. I know a lot of people didn't love that movie either, critic-wise, but that movie made so much money. They're making more Venoms. Duh. It's about making money at the end of the day. And this made so much money. That's a great question about your Elseworld. You said Flashpoint or just not even Flashpoint, just Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne's story in that Elseworld story. But
because it could either be that or it can be the one I really do want, which is the metal story from Batman becoming the Joker who he has.
I was about to just say that one. The Joker who laughs would be really good. The thing is, you don't want to wear out your welcome with Joker, right? You don't want to keep doing Elseworld, Joker. Like, you want to do some other stuff. I think it's great what you said about Batman. They kind of wore out Batman, too. I'm trying to think what else what other Elseworld stories I would really like to see. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you guys know me on the channel. I'm more of a Marvel fan. I love Marvel more than I love DC, but I love Batman. Like Batman, Green Lantern, Flash, fucking awesome. They're like, I'm not a big Superman guy. I'm not a big Aquaman guy. But I am impressed with what they did with Aquaman and Jason Momoa and all these stuff. But go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
Well, in my opinion, DC did the Elseworld story first before Marvel kind of didn't do anything. I mean, they tried with Venom and that wasn't so.
No. The Elseworld story thing has been done in comics forever. And there's a bunch of Elseworld stories that Marvel could do and DC could do. I'm just kind of drawing a blank. I'm trying to think. Like, you kind of said the one I would really like to see. And it's not really, I guess they won't, I guess they're not going to make it an Elseworld movie, but it's the Flashpoint Paradox. And that's the Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne Joker with Flash going in time and realizing, oh shit, this timeline is fudged up I'm in. It's a really well done animated movie. It used to be on Netflix. It might be on Hulu. Flashpoint Paradox is really good. Really well done.
Oh, it was on Hulu and then they removed it.
Yeah, because I know every month Hulu switches out like some movies. They'll put like specialty movies. Like on one time they had a bunch of Justice League animated. Another time they had a bunch of Godzilla movies. You know, this time of the year they probably have a bunch of horror movies right now. I can't just think of anything on the top of my head. That's a question for you guys. Write down what other Elseworld stories you want to see. Anything else you want to talk about before we're outie, Steve?
I'm thinking. Other than this is a great film and you should really go see it.
Yep.
Other than that, that's it.
Go see it. It's got the GG and Friends stamp of approval. Shout out to Steve. Thank you so much for helping me out. I'm going to link his Twitch down below. Go make sure you follow him as well. Follow mine as well. I know some of you have, but do more. Like, I know we got a decent following here on YouTube, and I really appreciate it. Really thankful for you guys and gals. Thank you so much for all the love and support on both channels. But let's get that sub button on Twitch. Definitely follow Steve on Twitch. I'm going to link that down below. But your fellow Straussman, the GG, and Steven, go watch Joker. Tell us what you think. What other Elseworld stories you want to see at the bottom. But we're out.
See ya.